What's good, y'all? Buckle up, coming through on a quick drive. So check this out. Check this out, y'all. Of course, Netflix. We talked about it earlier this week. Netflix not going to deal with. Most likely, is not letting the Jake Paul Tank fight take place because Netflix not going to deal with nobody. Period. That has a situation, as far as like domestic shit, and especially knowing you got shit like that over and over. You got a few cases, a few situations, and then you have a fresh situation pop up right around the time you're supposed to be doing some type of event with them, and Netflix is not gonna they not gonna support shit like that. They not gonna support that. So like when you hear a hating ass nigga like BFTB just came out on this shit this morning talking about Tank is not a big draw. Tank was overrated as a draw. Tank was over this. Tank was over that. But he was the main nigga sucking Tank off back when he was saying Tank fill out arenas, this, that, the other. He was the main nigga sucking Tank off before he met Devin. This was one of Tank's biggest suck off niggas before he met Devin. He was sucking Tank off heavy, y'all. Heavy before he met Devin and Bill. So all of this and talk now that he's saying about Tank not being a draw and all of that, keep that in mind. That's all behind Bill. That's the brainwashing and that's the yes manning that Bill is paying him for. So that's why he yes man like that now about Tank, because he already know Tank been the biggest draw behind Canelo, and the numbers was proven with Tank and Ryan. Devin Haney never did over 1 million pay-per-view buys with nobody. Devin Haney never did over 500K pay-per-view buys or better. I don't even know if he did over 500K pay-per-view buys or better. If he did do over 500K pay-per-view buys or better with Ryan, somebody tell me in the comments. Because I don't even think he did 500K pay-per-view buys or better with Ryan. This nigga Devin just hasn't done anything close to what Tank and Ryan did together. Right? And that right there is another thing that sits on BFTB heart that burns. Burning like a motherfucker. That Tank and Ryan did way more than Devin and Ryan. And Devin got beat up by Ryan. So that make it even worse. Because he beat the fuck out Ryan. Because Ryan beat the fuck out Devin. So now, of course, this nigga hating, of course, because Tank was getting ready to get the big bag. He was getting ready to get the bag that was a whole lot more than Devin bag. That in itself been killing him, knowing Tank would get a bigger bag fighting Jake Paul than Devin would get. Than Devin getting right now fighting Brian Norman. So BFTB know that inside. That's hurting him inside. And that's why he been fighting. Why? He don't need this fight. He don't need to take this fight. And he not a draw. And he not this. And Jake Paul can fight Manager Marty. Shit, Jake Paul can fight me and make the same kind of money. Jake Paul can fight. No, he can't. No, he can't. You are nobody. Jake Paul can't fight you and make shit. You not in the sport. Nobody don't know you. Only motherfuckers that know you is the little bit of people that listen to you on YouTube. That's all you known from. You was too scared to be a boxer. Remember that? You too scared to get in the sport of boxing. You not getting in the ring and fight nobody. The most you gonna do is sit on YouTube and run your mouth. You ain't throwing no punches, nigga. You ain't getting in no ring throwing no punches. Lame ass, goofy ass nigga. You ain't getting in no ring doing shit. You is not getting in no motherfucking sport of boxing to do anything. You know why? He know whatever division you would land in the sport of boxing, if you became a boxer, you would be an unknown. And you would get beat up all the fucking time. You would get beat up all the time. You couldn't beat nobody. You'd be a bum ass nigga in the sport of boxing in your division. An unknown bum ass nigga. That's what you would be. So I know that I know that without you even being a boxer. So why would Jake Paul, how could Jake Paul make money fighting you? Yeah, he ain't gonna get shit fighting you. Yeah. Tank that guy. Tank got that name. Tank got that clout that you hating on. You don't have that. No, you don't have that. No, your name is not clouting around out here like Tank Davis. So yeah, that's a good name for Jake Paul. That's why he was on Jake Paul list. He didn't have you on his list. He didn't even have Devin on his list. He had Tank on his list as somebody he was going to fight. That's what Jake Paul said out his mouth. You feel me? We know you mad that Tank was going to get the bigger bag. But Tank fucked that up, y'all. Because Netflix don't blend with that kind of trouble. Netflix don't blend with that kind of trouble, y'all. So when you hear a nigga like BFTB over there saying, oh, Tank wasn't the name that he should fight anyway. Keep in mind, he's hating. That's a deep down hurt hate off of Tank making more money than Devin. That's all it is. And I'm hearing that the replacement, which is pretty good look, the replacement, they saying AJ say, where at? Where, when, how? What's up? What y'all trying to do? So do not be surprised if you find out AJ is the replacement fighter for Tank in the Jake Paul fight. And that's something that I heard floating around in the air. I don't know how true it is, but we'll see. Wouldn't be bad though. I'd be with that. I like that. I would like that because Jake Paul need to fight somebody that's in his motherfucking weight range anyway. I didn't want him fighting Tank. Only reason I okayed to fight with Tank because I know Tank getting the big bag and it's good for his family, financial future and all of that. Niggas like BFTB, he don't want to see that. He a hating ass nigga, goofy ass nigga, lame bitch ass nigga. Suck dick all day. Yeah, goofy ass bitch nigga. You mad. You mad. But yeah, but Tank might not be getting this fight though, y'all. So this shit might be definitely called off for real. So let's see how this shit play out. AJ versus Jake Paul, I'm with that. I'm with that. Or Jake Paul need to start fighting motherfucking cruiserweights. Fight motherfuckers in the division that you supposed to fight in if you want to earn some respect, motherfucker. Like I said, I don't have no problem with you fighting Tank. If Tank wanted to take the fight because of the money, because all of us would have did it for the money. Anybody would do it for the money, right? If we could get the money, if we could get that money, yeah, we would do it for the money. I'll fight somebody for 40, 50 million right now too. You motherfucking right. Just to get the money, fuck the size. So, yeah, I'm with that. I was with that. But that might not be the case. So I guess we just got to all fall back and see how this shit play out. See y'all on the Get Back.